This is Morning News with Jay. I'm Jay, and I'm here to report the morning news with you guys straight from Amsterdam. I'm going to give you the news everybody cares to hear about.
Hey, ma'am, can I talk to you for a second? Your neighbors are saying you threw 8 cats out of a window.
And is this true?
Are you throwing cats out of the window like ping pong?
A lot of people are saying that you know Epstein is this true man.
Right.
Did you help transport people to his island? Do you know how many families you ruined with your actions?
Right.
Move! Out of my way! I'm late! Move! I'm in a hurry! Make sure you guys have your own umbrellas. It might be raining cats and dogs outside today. The hawks are dropping it onto people's cars. Eagle 2 is the hungry season.
We're not taking the orange pumpkin bull crap anymore. We're gonna stand up and fight back for our rights.
Klopt het dat u letterlijk een propaantank in huis gebruikt die voor buiten bedoeld is? Waarom deed u dat, meneer? U heeft uw hele appartement opgeblazen. Voelt u zich niet dom?
Hey, out of my way! Move!
Oh.
I'm here outside of the newsroom just to let you all know we are about to start with a whole new episode of the Morning News with Jay. So back to you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay, and let us know what's going on over there. Now it's time for a new episode of the Morning News with Jay. That's me. First of all, welcome to the first news episode of this new year here at the Morning News with Jay. I hope you all had a good New Year's. Now let's jump straight in it. After the name change of the Kennedy Center, more and more artists are cancelling their performance at the center. The cancellations so far as we know are going whole the way to April 25. All the cancelled artists say publicly funded spaces must
remain free from political capture, self-promotion, or ideological pressure. This all started after the Pumpkin put his name on it, changed the programming and the board members.
Look at this. President Pumpkin Center.
It is an absolute disgrace. Let us go this instant.
The board members that are running it now are saying we can go without those left artists. They even threatened to sue Chuck Red for $1 million because he cancelled.
If you cancel, we will sue you for $1 million.
The new Pumpkin administration policy allows ICE agents to get full access to medical info of immigrants. We are not talking anymore about just phone numbers and addresses.
I can't believe they listed that as a primary condition.
And the medication list is longer than my arm.
But also what their medical status is and who their emergency contacts are, which is raising major privacy concerning questions.
I need to know exactly who has access to my medical history.
Can you guarantee that my data won't be shared?
What encryption methods are you using to protect my information?
In Gelsenkirchen, Germany, thieves broke into a bank, but not the normal way. They did it Ocean's 11 style by drilling through the parking garage wall into the underground bank vault and stole for more than $35 million worth of money and items from deposit boxes. None of the thieves are arrested. In New Jersey, a wallaby named Rex escaped his animal farm and went for a stroll. We can now confirm Rex has been found safe and brought back home. In Margrethe, Netherlands, people are furious after the president ordered the removal of 2 graves belonging to black soldiers who fought to free Europe in the Second World War. This all started after the Pumpkin president started to end diversity, equity, and inclusion programs and tried to reshape history by hiding it.
It's disgusting. This whole thing, it represents everything wrong with America. I want these graves gone now.
Now, the Dutch officials, locals, and family members of the soldiers are fighting to get them back, saying history is history, even if it's a dark and cruel one. HHS is freezing all childcare payments to all states following the Minnesota fraud allegations. They now want to fully investigate where the money is going across all states. How long this is going to take, we don't know, but it will hurt a lot of daycares and after-school programs, what going to lead to a lot of closings. New numbers of the Epstein files have the Justice Department screaming for help. The now total amount is 5.2 million pages of Epstein files.
We need more help.
The Justice Department is looking for 400 temporary employees to help out looking through all the files. With the new employees, they think it should be done by January 20.
Look, they're looking for people to help look through the Epstein files.
400 people. This seems serious.
Well, everything is changing, and not all for the better good, with ICE arresting anybody that they think is an immigrant, a ballroom, a rose garden. That's now full of tile and looks like an outdoor dining of a restaurant, and prices going straight through the roof, while in the meantime, the pumpkin president is having a huge and over-expensive New Year's party at Mar-a-Lago like there is no care in the world, just the people, food and drinks. What brings more questions? The administration is pulling the National Guard out of Chicago, LA, Portland, and Oregon. A judge blocked further deployment, stating the National Guard is not there to play cops.
You can't put another 2,000 National Guard in a city.
Yeah.
They're not there to play cops. They have cops for that.
A judge in California voided to end legal status of 60,000 immigrants from Honduras, Nepal, and Nicaragua on Pumpkin's request.
The court rules in the people's favor. The status of these 60,000 immigrants will remain legal.
After that, those 60,000 legal immigrants can relax a little until the pumpkin tries again. In Amsterdam, the Netherlands, a monumental church named the Vondelkerk is ravaged by flames on New Year's Day. How or why it happened is still unknown. In Crans-Montana, Switzerland, dozens of people are dead and hundreds are injured after a fire broke out in a ski bar.
Move! Move! Check the left side!
Found one over here. We need support.
How and why, they don't know yet, but they think it was an accident and not an attack or intended. On the cruise ship, the New Statendam from the Holland America line, a 77-year-old woman fell overboard. It happened around 40 miles away from northeast of Savannah, Cuba. They're still looking for the woman with boats, helicopters, and even at the closest shores, but so far, no luck of finding her. We keep you up to date about this.
Look over there by the cliffs. Move faster!
Yes, sir. K9 is on it.
You'll recall the Altadena, California man who had a massive 550-pound bear living right under his house after he tried dog barking. And loud sounds, he called in a specialist. They put traps outside to lure the bear in so they could put him back in the wild. Worked all right. The only little problem was that it was the wrong bear they caught with the traps. This bear came following the smell of food in the trap. Since that day, the guy is still trying to get the bear to leave from under his house, but so far, no luck with getting him out. And now it's time for my mum with the weather. Let's see what the weather brings us in this early New Year's week. Hope is good, but don't know yet.
Thank you, Jay, and hello all. This is Mimi, the weather girl, now also in the new year with the weather. Let's see what we have or get this week. Snow showers, gusty winds, and continuing lake-effect snow are expected across the Great Lakes and parts of the Northeast, with snow squalls likely to bring hazards to travel, like barely any vision, freezing winds, so be careful, and if you don't need to go, don't go out. A major winter storm causing power outages and disruptions across Sweden, Finland, and Norway, and it's not over yet, so be careful and stay safe. A strong polar vortex disruption brings a significant cold blast and potential for heavy snowfall across Eastern and Central Europe.
A strong polar vortex disruption brings a significant...
In India, expect a colder January with more fog and cold nights, particularly in northern regions like Delhi. Be extra careful. In the west and south U.S., above average temperatures are leading to warmer, slushier snow for skiers, though some cold air still dips in here and there. In Africa, as more and more heavy rainfall occurs, it could lead to flooding in southern and eastern Africa. So please, if you can prepare yourself, do so. That was all the weather for right now. I'm going home and taking care of my dogs and dolls. See y'all next week. Back to you, Jay.
Thank you, Mum, and have a safe and fast trip home. Stay warm and don't get a cold like last week, okay? The Venezuelan president got taken from his country to America to stand trial in New York for multiple charges. This all after America took over oil tankers and blew up a harbor.
This harbor is now under new management. Detonate!
After the harbour and some days between, they flow in, bombed some defence and military buildings. And took the president from his house and brought him to America. Now he is in a prison that also holds Sean Diddy Combs for a short while. He is waiting there to stand trial for multiple charges. Well, that is all happening in America. In Venezuela, some people are happy that they finally feel free, while others are mad and want to have their president back.
He's finally gone! We want our president back!
President Pumpkin says the US is going to rule over Venezuela for the foreseeable future and will tap into its oil reserves.
The US is going to rule over Venezuela for the foreseeable future and will tap into its oil reserves.
What brings a lot of questions now, like was the attack on Venezuela a violation of international law? And is he not now doing what he said he is helping to prevent from happening?
Was the attack on Venezuela a violation of international law? And is he not now doing what he said he is helping to prevent from happening?
That was all the news and weather for this week. Hope you guys had a good new year. Let us know in the comments.
This was the morning news. Hope you like it. If you don't, forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date. Now it's time for my jelly with toast. I'll see you guys next Wednesday for the morning news. With me, Jay, that's a wrap. Are we done here? Because I need some bread with jelly.